3rd of November, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Good morning again.
Good
Rabbi
morning.
Shlomo Furst here in our second share this morning, Mr. Brewer. We're continuing on in Chelik Base, the second volume of the Mr. Brewer. If you remember, we were learning this is going back till probably just before Elul, when we started learning about the laws relevant for Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Sukkot. So if you remember, we were learning in Hilchos Netilas Yadayim. That would bring us to Siman Kuf Samik Beis. The laws of Netilas Yadayim are quite detailed and quite significant because we make a bracha when these are the laws that were primarily relevant to washing your hands for when you're going to make a bracha hamotzi, and so therefore you're making a proper hand washing beforehand, which is accompanied by a bracha, and then you'll be able to make your hamotzi according to proper halakhic procedures. So this will bring us to, as I said, Siman Kuf Samek Beis, Agbas v'Shishush Yadayim b'Netila. You have to lift up your hands and rub them, right, when you're doing the washing of the hands. And we'll see the reasons why and how this is supposed to go. Okay, yeah, Mayor, I guess if you want, you can begin for us with this one.
Okay, so Aleph says Hanotel Tzarik Hagbia Yadav. Okay, so when one washes his hands, he must lift his hands. Let's see. Shelo Yetzu Mayim Chutz LaPerech V'yachazru V'tam'u et Hayadayim. Okay, so let's see. Shelo, so that the water does not go out, except
Right, chutz the perik. It should not go out beyond. Literally, chutz means beyond. In this case, it means beyond the wrist. It shouldn't go beyond the wrist.
Yeah,
should go beyond the. Okay.
what's perik?
Perik is the wrist.
Oh, the wrist. Thank you.
Yeah.
V'yachazru v'tam'u et hayadayim, and that it returns and makes the hands impure again.
Right. So, I'll just explain a little bit what I was referring to here. That the when you're washing your hands, right? When you're washing your hands, so you should, as the Ramon is, you should lift up the fingers. If you're washing your hands and the water is going to be going like this, we're concerned that some water may go beyond the wrist, and that water, if your hands are being held like this down, that water is above the wrist is going to go and travel downward and contaminate your hands. Whereas if you're lifting your hands upward, right, so the water is going to flow from your fingertips down to the wrist, and then down, it'll go to down the drain from your wrist. So therefore, we want that you raise your fingers in the process of Netilas Yadayim, rather than keep your fingers down below, which would possibly cause the water to fall downward from the wrist area and recontaminate the hands.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you what, let's stop stop here. Before we go to the Haggadah, the Mr. was actually going to bring in a Haggadah to this. He's going to, several times in the course of the Mishnah Berurah, he brings prefaces to his words. So here's one case where he actually brings a preface as well. Let's take a look at his words here in the Mishnah Berurah. Sivkat Na'alim.
Okay. So it says, an hotel v'chule. So that's one that needs to raise his hands, I guess. Akdim, Hakdama, Kitzara. So it's a short introduction. Kafi Hamivar Bitur Uveit Yosef Uveyeter Haposkim. Okay, according to explanation of the tour, the Beit Yosef, and I guess additional poskim.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Kidei sheyitbaru elu seifim, and so that yitbaru, in order that I guess these sifim, these sections are
Yes.
explained. Okay. The who. Let's see. Hineni ba'er b'siman kufnun chet. And we'll explain siman kufnun chet. The ta'am netilat yadayim hu mishum the yadayim askaniyot haim. Let's see. We'll explain kufnun chet. The reason for the washing of the hands is because the hands, askaniot, what's that, are busy? Askaniot? I guess are busy. They are busy. Lachain gazru alehem tuma. And they gazru pass over things that are tuma, that are impure. Imlo she'yitaharem b'revi'it mayim. And if what it's not pure, they're not made pure, I guess, with only with a revi'it of mayim, revis of water. Okay. So the tzarich litol shnei pamayim ayadav. It's required to pour 2 times on his hand, or on his hands, I guess. The sheficha rishona mitaher yadav. So the first pouring purifies his hand, or his hands. Aval hamayim atzmam tmeim heim. But the water itself, what becomes impure or is impure, I guess.
Is not pure, right?
It's
Should
not
not
pure.
say, right? Right.
Okay, shenit mu'u yada, that would make his hands impure. Okay, ushvicha shniya mitaheret otam, and the second pouring purifies them. V'nigmar taharat hayadayim, and this, I guess, completes.
It completes, right, exactly. It completes. Right, see this, you got it.
Okay. Let's see, we have parentheses here. Achen im nishpacha revi'it bevat achad al shtei yadayim. But if one pours only a revi'it one time on the two hands, on his two hands, Osha shafak revi'it shlema al kol
My answer is no.
yad v'yad.
Before I got here,
Okay.
had a truck on our hands.
What's this? Or that he pours a full revi'it al kol yad over each hand. Dat rov haposkim de ein tzarich l'mayim shniyim. Oh, the opinion of the majority of the poskim says that he's not required the second pouring of water. Oh, that's interesting. V'chein stam hamechaber lekamei b'siv dalet. Okay, so what this is discussed in, I guess below in Sif Dalet. Okay. V'amru, the Gemara, shehanotel tzarich sheyagbia yadav. Okay, so and it says in the Gemara that the washing of the hand they need to be lifted, the hands. Shelo yetzei mayim chutz leperech. Oh, this is what you were saying. But yachzru v'tamu hayadayim. So that the water goes out.
Right, it'll go beyond the parak.
Beyond the wrist, right? V'yachzru v'tamu yadayim, and returns and purifies the hands.
Will defile, will tummy the hands.
Oh, if it returns, it will. Oh, yeah, right. Defile the hands, right? Upershu hamiffarshim dehainu dechayshinan shema yetzu me'at mayim harishonim atmeim chutz leperech. What and so they explain dehainu dechashinan. Forgot what that was. Dehainu dechashinan.
So it's considered, therefore, right?
Oh, it's considered. Okay. Let's see. Shema Yetzuma'at, that perhaps even a little bit of water will go back on the first one that makes it tame until the wrist. Let's see. Dehula mala mimkom hanetila shehitkinu hachamim, and that which is above mimkom hanetila, from the place of the washing, was instituted by the rabbis.
Right.
Okay, v'sham af sheba'u alehem mayim shniyim einam mitaharim otam, and there the water comes on them a second time, enam, that uh, they weren't purified, or it didn't purify them. So that's why they have to do it the second time, because the first time it wasn't purified.
Right.
Okay. It says Demayim shniyim einan mitaharin ella bimkom hanatila. So that the water the second time einan that I guess they weren't purified ella until the plate that's
The place where they have to, the place of the natila, and you have to wash your hands. So the second waters that you pour will be effective, but they're only effective in the place where you need to wash. They're not going to, and anything will be outside of the wrist area, which is the outer limit of your washing. So it's not going to be able to purify those areas. And therefore, any water that's going to come back from those areas will be tummy.
Okay, right.
I'm a little bit confused by this. You're supposed to wash, you pour on here and let it flow down your hand and over your arm.
No. The opposite way. You're supposed to pour in a way that the water flows from your fingers down only till the wrist area, and then it will drain off the wrist, and it will not come back. You can't allow that the water that will touch your wrist perhaps come back to recontaminate the rest of your hand.
Okay, so you're holding your hand up like this then, right?
More or less, a little bit, not such a high angle, a little bit lower, not that angle, but you elevate the fingers so the water's right. Elevate the fingers so the water's going to be traveling downward.
So it's going to come off your arm. It's going to come down your wrist and over your arm. Is that
right? Well, you want to try and make you want to make a. You see, you have to lift the hand, not simply lift the arm. If you lift the arm, it's simply going to travel down your arm. You don't want your arm to get wet, so you have to make a perpendicular angle with your wrist at the point of the hand. That's right.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. So, aval lo bachutz limkoma, but not bachutz is outside the place, I guess.
Right, not outside the place of where you're supposed to wash.
Aha. Okay, very good. The tumat yadayim v'taharatam hu ad haperech. Okay, so that the impurity of the hands and the taharatam, the purifying them until the wrist, specifically. Okay, so v'lachein im ein magbia yadav yaksru hamayim atmeim ahein. Okay, so and therefore, if one does not elevate his fingers, the impure water, this impure water will return. L'toch haperech, to the point of the wrist. V'yitma'u hayadayim, and impurify the hands. Okay. Kach pirshu rov hamiforashim, and oops, hold 1 second.
So
Oh,
so is
Kach
so is the
Pirshu.
explanation of the majority of the portion.
Okay. So it says, what's it time?
Let's see.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
it's
maybe it's a good spot. This is a good spot to start. We'll have to pick this up in the middle tomorrow.
okay. So we'll start at Kach Pirshu, I guess. Okay.
Right. That's right.
Okay. Very good. Shkoyek, thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am. That was very good.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shkoyach Meir.
Baruch tiyeh,
Thank you,
Lou.
Lou. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Both of you have a good day. Hope to see you tomorrow morning, Mitzvah Shem.
Okay. Robert, you be well.
Shalom, bye. Thank you, too.
Okay.